How you doing today, guys? Thank you so much for joining us for yet another episode of The Journey with Papa Jidenka. On today's episode of The Journey, we will be talking to a Bitcoin trader. He's actually the most celebrated name as far as Bitcoin is concerned in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. This person has been into trading with Bitcoin for a whole lot of years. He has the experience and he's going to share a lot with us. Now, on this episode today, we're going to ask him questions about himself and his business, how he has been able to, continue doing his business online, and how we all too can benefit from what he's doing. So give me a few minutes so that I can get him on the show, and then we can go right on the show. Thank you so much, guys, for also joining, like you always do. I really appreciate the fact that you always are here to make this happen. Thank you so much. So give me 1, 2, 3 minutes, and then I'll put him right here on the call. Let's see if he's here. So I see a whole lot of people are waving at me right now. Let's say hello to everyone over here. Hope you guys are doing good today. Hi everybody. Hi Vanessa. Hi Engineer. Hi Empress. Hi Nikki Gold. I hope you guys are doing great today. And thank you so much for joining us. So I'm waiting for the guest for today to join us on the show. We'll be going right on the show really soon. Just give him a few minutes. He's a very busy person. He was actually hosting a live show today, and he's not done with his live show, and that's why he's not here yet. But we're gonna see him real soon. So T Money Official, how you doing, T Money? Gift, engineer, how you doing? Green Money, Stainless Mary, eBay. My day has been so far good. Thank you so much for asking. Vanessa, thank you for coming in. Harry, I really can't pronounce that one. Ifedayo, thank you so much. Okay, so Bitcoin Chief will be joining us in a few minutes, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the show. And today we want to go deep into how we personally can make money through Bitcoin. Because a whole lot of us want to be able to invest in Bitcoin, but we get confused as to how to go about this. A lot of people make money from investing in Bitcoin, but you want to also do it the right way. If you don't do it the right way, then it's going to be messed up when you go the wrong route, and then you lose a lot of money. You get it? So when you want to invest in Bitcoin, you got to go through someone who you can trust, someone who's trusted, whose name has been there all these years, and you're sure that this person does what he does, and people know him for this. It's better to go that way than to go just on your own, because the truth about it is, if you don't have someone who is over here right now who is able to put you through and show you just the way to go about it, you might make mistakes. The good thing about the journey with Papa Jidenka is we are all about learning from people's experiences so that we too don't make the kind of mistakes they made. Because when you learn from someone's experience, then it means you don't need to go through the same route of making mistakes, because they tell you how they were able to, go through whatever they went through, and how they made sure that they didn't, give up during their journey, and how you can learn from their mistakes so that you don't go do the same thing that they did. It's only wise for you not to repeat the same mistake somebody else made, because that way you're able to make your life better. The things you do, you're able to do it better than the last person who did it, right? So that is what we are here to talk about today, and very soon we'll be joining the Bitcoin Chief. The Bitcoin Chief actually is Gaius Chibueze. He's a Nigerian. He was born in Nigeria, and he has been doing this thing for quite a while. He started with Bitcoin when Bitcoin was like brand new, I'll say, like in Nigeria. It wasn't too popular then, and then he invested in Bitcoin, and he was able to start making money. And what happened was he left his investment for a couple number of years, and today his investment has become something huge, you know. And so he's here today, and he wants to share with us his journey and how he was able to do this. So let's see. Benjamin just joined us. Olatunji, thank you for joining us. Susan, Peter, Sammy. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I appreciate you guys. Pretty Gold, Takorede. Yes, Takorede, you can definitely go into the business as a female, right? Cynthia Shalom. Cynthia Shalom, how you doing? Good to have you here. Bitcoin Chief is here right now. So guys, let's go right into this. Let's go right into this. So we'll see if he's gonna connect with us right now. Trying to get him online.
Hello, Papa.
Hi,
How's it going?
boss.
Yes, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening to
So
you,
sorry I
bro.
came a little bit late.
I know it's okay. You're a busy man. I understand. Trust me. I was there on your live video. I was learning a lot from you already.
Okay.
I was learning a lot. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for bringing me on.
Of course. I want you to be able to share with people, you know, your journey. I also want you to be able to share with people what you do so that people understand the importance of what you do and can be part of it. Because what you do is changing people's lives, bro. Trust me. You are changing people's lives. So there are a lot of people who want their life to be better. And I know you can do this for them.
Thank you so much.
For the sake of our viewers right here, there are thousands or millions of people right now that still don't know who you are, but we want them to know you from now on. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who's the Bitcoin Chief?
Okay, so my real name's Gaius Chibueze, but they popularly call me the Bitcoin Chief.
Right.
I'm actually an internet, I'm a digital entrepreneur, a cryptocurrency trader, an award-winning one.
That's right.
And listed by Binance, one of the top exchanges of one of the top Bitcoin exchanges in the world, listed me last year among the top 3 traders in the world. So I've been in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. Like I'm a blockchain advocate and a Bitcoin, also a Bitcoin advocate. I basically help. I basically trade. I'm a trader. A trader are people who use Bitcoin to buy and sell other types of cryptocurrencies. Right. Then I also help other people too to understand Bitcoin and the power of the blockchain. So that is basically me.
You are doing a whole lot of amazing things.
Yeah,
really amazing things. So
thank you.
Let me break this down so that people who are listening to us can understand.
Okay.
Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. And it's a currency where people can actually invest and trade their own money, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I have $10,000 or $1,000 right now. How do I go about it if I want to contact you to, you know, help me trade or however? Just explain to them that they can understand.
I don't, personally, I don't trade for people. Okay. I don't take money from people to trade for them. But I help people to understand it, to trade for themselves.
Amazing.
Now, one of the reasons I don't trade for people is because I want them to know how it works.
That's right.
If I start trading for them, I will take out I will take out it will be that I've taken out the opportunity for them to learn how it works.
That makes sense.
So I only teach people how to trade or how to invest in it by themselves.
That makes sense.
So one of the things before you get into the Bitcoin or cryptocurrency space, one thing you need to first of all do is to understand how it works, which is where the education comes in and where it's very, very important to be educated in it. Because most people that you hear today say things bad about Bitcoin are people who don't understand what Bitcoin is or how Bitcoin works.
True.
So first of all, they need to get the basic education. My company, Abit Trader, one of my companies, Abit Trader, helps people to understand what Bitcoin is for free. So we give out the basic information for free. Then if these people decide that they want to learn how to trade, because there are 2 ways people can make money from Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. One by trading, two by investing. Okay. But what I advise every newcomer to do is to first of all invest in Bitcoin for themselves, like buy Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin. When they buy Bitcoin and hold Bitcoin and they see the price movement up and down,
That's right.
then they get to understand, because it is a speculative investment. As sorry, as much as it is very, very profitable, there are
Right.
also losses too.
Okay.
As much as it is very, very profitable, there are losses too, which is why people need to understand it before they put their money in it.
Into it.
So one of the first thing I tell people to do is to get the background, get the basic knowledge of how it works.
Right. Thank you so much for explaining this. So
Yes.
you're originally from Nigeria, right?
Definitely, I am.
But you don't live in Nigeria at the moment.
Yes, yes. I think I've not been to Nigeria for 4 years now,
Okay.
or thereabouts. Yeah.
When I was reading about you and got to contact you, you were referred to as a like a celebrity Bitcoin advocate. So you are well known. It's not just that you are just somebody that just comes out there and talks. You are well
Yeah.
known. You have been listed on different platforms that are verified. Now,
Yeah.
you are known as the Bitcoin chief. What does your journey as a Bitcoin chief represent to people?
Okay, good. I think it represents consistency. It represents consistency, determination, and steadfastness. So since 2014 or 2014, 2015, I have been saying one thing. I've been saying one thing, which is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are the future.
That's right.
So I happened to see one of my memories on Facebook today when I did one of my Facebook live videos for Bitcoin, and I was asking my friend here in the house if this is really me. I looked at I looked at myself. I looked at myself and I was asking my friend if this is really me. That he should look at that live video and look at me now if this is really me, because I couldn't recognize myself. So many things have actually changed.
Wow.
So my journey to people should be all about consistency. So I've chosen this path, and I've been steadfast in it, and I'm building a conglomerate in it.
That's right. And it's working for you, as we can see.
Yes, definitely.
Very
It
nice.
shows.
So before you became the Bitcoin chief,
Yeah.
you were doing something else. And my question for you right now is, how did you spot Bitcoin, and how were you sure that this is the path you want to follow? And before that, what were you doing?
Okay. Before I got into Bitcoin, I was just an ordinary ideapreneur. When I
Okay.
say someone that as an ideapreneur, what I was basically doing is selling people ideas. I come up with ideas, then find people that will need that solution of that idea, and I
Right.
sell it to them. Like, for example, I got my way to work for 4 years in the National Assembly as a senior special advisor to a senator for 4 years without a degree, without
Wow.
any form of degree.
Wow.
So what I basically did is that I wrote a letter to all the honorables then in the National Assembly and Senate. So I wrote that letter tagged 100 reasons why you need an SA on new media. So when I wrote that letter to all of them, I listed everything that a new media advisor is supposed to be doing for them that they are not currently enjoying. And at the end of it, I now said I can actually do this for you comfortably. And one
Wow.
of them had to invite me, and that was how the whole thing started. So before I started doing Bitcoin,
Let's see what's wrong with the video. Well, I think we're having an issue with your video over there. Reception. Now I can hear you. Yes. Hello. Oh, still breaking. Still breaking. Still breaking. Maybe I gotta end this call and call you back because it's still breaking. Because people are not hearing us right now. It's breaking. Oof. Okay. So let's see if we can get him back because I wasn't hearing him and I'm sure you guys weren't hearing him also. So let's call him right back and get into this discussion about Bitcoin. We really need to know where we are standing, where we want to go in the future, and how much we're planning to make. At least let's invest in something that's going to make us better people, right? Oh, he's not able to join. Let's try again. Let's try this one more time. Let's try this one more time. So thank you so much, guys, for sticking with the show.
Yeah, Papa, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being back. All right.
Yeah.
So you were explaining something, and all of a sudden it went off.
Okay, good. So I said before I started operating, before I started pushing Bitcoin as my only business, I was an ideapreneur. Although I am still an ideapreneur. Now, what I was basically doing is looking for people who have the resources, and I look for something missing in their lives, and I create the solution and offer to them. Yes, or I look for people who have the resources and might want to be interested in pushing in becoming something bigger or doing something bigger, and I sell these ideas to them. So I was talking about how this took me to the National Assembly Abuja, where I worked for 4 years. I wrote a letter. I worked in the National Assembly for 4 years without a degree, and my then boss never asked me, Gaius, did you even go to the primary school? But I was one of his most valuable staffs or contractors, whatever, because it was just a 4-year contract. Right. So I wrote a letter to all the members of the National Assembly, tagged 100 reasons why you need an SA on new media. So I listed out everything a new media advisor is supposed to do, and I listed out all the ones that they are currently doing, each of them, and the ones that they're not doing. Right. And at the end of the day, I said, I can actually do this for you comfortably. I now said, I am ready to offer this particular service for free. And if it's really, if you find it valuable, you can pay me. That was how I was able to land a 4-year deal, which actually transformed my life, because from working there, while I was there, I was also bringing my then boss different ideas, which was also putting money in my pocket. Right. Like I remember I organized for him like 5 different youth events. I even organized a computer and ICT training for youth of his constituency, which even saw me make up to 18 million naira, which is one of the biggest sum of money I made outside. I made from someone else. Wow. So I've always lived my life. I'm always all about looking for something missing and creating something for it.
It's an amazing thing you're doing. Thank you so much for explaining to us that even without a degree, somebody can put things together as long as you have
definitely.
Now look at how far you've come. Now you're training others. So now you're at the PhD level, like a doctor in your field.
Yeah, definitely. Right. I'm at the highest level of this business.
Amazing. So let me go to the next question I had for you, and it was, let's say I want to invest in Bitcoin right now. What is the minimum investment you expect someone to invest in if they really want to trade in cryptocurrency, especially if they want to join Abix Trade, which is your company to trade? Yeah,
Abix Trader.
Abix Trader.
Okay, the minimum, after getting the basic knowledge, the minimum anyone should start with is $100.
Okay.
Because, like I said before, it's a speculative investment. Right. I don't paint it for anybody to jump on it, because I really have nothing to benefit directly. Exactly. So it's a speculative investment. So people should know it's speculative. There are losses and there are gains. But
Right.
if you are properly trained, the gains are more than the losses.
That's
But
right.
even myself, I lost. Bitcoin was Bitcoin was I think Bitcoin was $7,700 yesterday.
Yes.
This evening now, Bitcoin is $8,800, or I think, sorry, let me confirm it once.
Okay.
Bitcoin is okay, good. So I think Bitcoin is sorry, my wallet is opening.
No problems. I'm right here
Yes.
with you. Right here, waiting for you.
Okay, so this night Bitcoin is $8,600. So you see that it has gone up.
So
It
if
has
I
gone up from where it
yesterday,
was yesterday. So now I can wake up tomorrow morning and it's gone back to $7,000.
okay.
But as a trader that understands the business, I know that if I had it yesterday for $7,700 and it has gone up to this $8,600, I know that I should take out my profits now that it's high. So
And
this
then
is
leave the
where,
original investment.
yes. So this is where that smartness comes in, to know how to take advantage of the price movement. So
That makes
people should know how to do that before they even get involved. So the first, the least amount anyone should start with is $100. With that $100, you can play around with it, and when you start understanding the market very much, you now increase your stake.
Nice. So I see a whole lot of people commenting here, and people are saying, they spent 257 on crypto, they bought Ethereum, and they made over 10,000 in less than a year. Somebody says that 8 Bitcoin is 8K plus today, that he invested to, and all that. That means people are really making money from this thing.
Definitely, I'm an evidence of that.
That's right. And
Yeah.
you also do something that is amazing and impressive, which is called the crowdfunding real estate.
Funding, yeah, real estate, yeah.
Funding real estate.
Yeah. Okay, so as an investor, I've been in the Bitcoin space. I've made a lot of profits from Bitcoin. In fact, one of my biggest profit was making $156,000 in a single trade using $35,000 capital. So when I make my money from Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies, I invest it in real estate. As you know, real estate is like one of the surest form of investment that doesn't have high risk like cryptocurrencies. So I pull out some of my profit, invest in properties. So I noticed on Instagram when I started in 2017, most people were always coming to me and telling me, Bitcoin Chief, I have this 20,000, I have this 100,000. Please, where can I invest it? I will tell them invest in Bitcoin. They will say, no, Bitcoin is too risky. Say, what else can I invest? And I now said, okay, since they are looking for something that is less risky, why not I create a platform where people that have this $20, $100, 10,000, 100,000 naira can come together, that they put their funds together and invest in real estate. Because real estate is kind of like, it has some kind of assurance or something that is not too risky.
Very true.
So that was why I created a platform called the Abit Crowd. So the Abit Crowd is a crowdfunding real estate platform where we bring together people that have small amounts of money to co-invest into real estate as a group. So let's say there is a property for 1 million naira.
Okay.
We will bring together 10 people that have 100,000. Now, those 10 people now, we will not buy that property in their name, but our company will be in charge of it.
That's
so
right.
That the 10 of them don't fight.
I get it.
So before we start bringing them to that, before we start bringing them together, we already fixed 1 year as the holding period. So during this 1 year now, we are looking for people that can buy this real estate property up to 50% profit. Whenever we get people that are ready to take it up, we sell it and we share. We take just 10% of the profit, share the remaining profit and the capital among the investors, and they are happy and they go their way. So we started doing that again. Now we now notice that, especially mostly Nigerian young people like something called cash out. They like a particular word called cash out. They want where if they come put today, they can get it out tomorrow. So we created something in this our crowdfunding real estate called sell stake. So this sell stake now means that if you are one of these 10 investors, and let's say you get your girlfriend pregnant and you need money to buy drugs, or you need money to do something, and you feel like you want to back out. So all you need to do is just click on the sell stake feature, and you put your own, just only your own stake in the market. Someone else that is interested will see it and buy it up from you, pay you, and you get out of the system, and the person continues from where you stopped.
And you can get your original cash that you invested back.
Yes, you get your original cash and you get the value because the platform is built on the blockchain. So every 3 months we update the current market value.
So at that time, if the current market value has increased, so you are even making profit, even if you're
definitely you're making profit, but you might not be making as someone that is going to hold for the 1 year agreed time.
That makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you very much for explaining that to us. So if people who are watching us right now, because a whole lot of questions are asking, how do they get on this Arbit Crowd, real estate funding? How can they do this, please?
Okay, so I think the platform is www.arbitcrowd.com.
Okay.
So
let me see if I will pin that right here so that people can see.
Okay, good. So www.arbitcrowd.com. So there are different real estate properties listed there.
Okay. And these real estate properties are located where exactly? Is it in different parts?
Yeah, it's actually different parts of the world. Like we have some properties right now because our company is registered in the United States, where I stay too. So we have some properties in the United States. But majority of our property is in Africa. We've listed some properties in Tanzania, in Ghana, in Nigeria.
Amazing.
So we now created our own token so that it will make it easy for people to be able to invest. We'll come to that later.
No problem. So let's keep going. Tell us a story about yourself in your course of your journey that you don't often talk about, something that really changed your life. Because I know you just talked about the time you went to work in the National Assembly.
The National Assembly, okay.
So is there any story that changed your life, sir?
Yeah, I think a particular experience, the day in 2012 that I said enough is enough for my life.
Right.
Now I have always been this person that I love. I was not born into riches, but I was born exploring. Like I love good things of life.
Right.
Like as a kid, one of my highest dreams was to save money and buy a TV. And have my own house and have my own TV in it. So that was like one of my major driving force as a child growing up. I just wanted to have my own house and have a TV in it. Right. So I like good things of life. So when there was a time I lost in some business I was doing, and I had to come back to live with my elder brother and his wife. In Abuja, in Kubwa. So every night, so when I come back, I was sleeping on the ground in their house.
Right.
And one night, so when I come back, I used to write down all my goals, everything I want to be in my life. So one day, my elder brother came and said that he wants to move out of that house if I would like to maintain it. I say yes, definitely. That was how I started staying there. The rent, I think the rent was around 18,000 naira there, but it was just a one room. So I was staying there, and I invited one of my cousin brother. He came and joined me, and we were living there. So that became like comfort for me. I bought my TV that I wanted to buy, that I really wanted to buy, prepared everything in the house. So there is somewhere called Arab Road in Kubwa, in Abuja. I always go there to work. I always go to that place to work. It's like actually a new residential site.
Okay.
So when I go there to work, I will just be visualizing myself living in those fine houses. I will just visualize myself. So I go till the end of the road where they are constructing. I'll go kneel down inside the bush and I'll be praying to God that one of my ideas should click.
And
that if one of my ideas click,
like this.
I'm going to be living in that particular Arab road where the rich people used to live. So every day I will always do that. Every day I will just go do what I call visualization exercise. So one day I came back from that. One day I came back from that exercise. I came back very, very late, because when you don't have a paid job, you seem to have much of free time to either think or to either ruin your life.
Very
So me, I was
true.
using my own time then to think.
So
one day I came back. One day I came back and I told myself that sometimes you need to set yourself up for success. So that very night I came back and I knelt down. There was something I wrote and pasted in the house. I am going to be a millionaire before 30, which is where I coined the word rich before 30 movement. I have a word I've been using, rich before 30 movement. So I wrote it down in my house. I'm going to be a millionaire before 30. I'm going to have 2 kids. I wrote everything about my life. I wrote it down and pasted in my house. Although I was saying I'm going to have girls. So which God has blessed me with boys. So one day I came back and something told me, just set yourself up for success. This environment you're living, because where I was living is called Biaji Across. Okay. If rain falls, you can't even go home again that day. Just forget it. Just sleep wherever you are. So one day I came back and I said, it's time to set myself up for success. So I came back, I called out my cousin brother and I said, bro, I'm leaving this house. He said, where are you going? I said, I'm moving to town. So I carried my bag, I carried everything I have, put it inside the bag, and the next morning, early morning, I knelt down that night and I prayed to God. I said, God, please, I'm leaving this particular environment. This environment is not really for me. I'm just going to town. Whatever happens, happens. That was how I carried my bag the next morning and I went to Wushetu. I have a friend that used to do a gate man for a company called Staco Insurance. Okay. So when I went there, I dropped my bag with him. I said, oh boy, I just want to make just the manage here. Even if not to this, anyhow, we want just the move just stay here for this place. So that was how I was there in that place until through a friend, the boss of that office asked me one day, do you know how to use computer? Can you type? And the rest. Because what I was doing was I was in the afternoon, I would just sit down with my friend as if I just came. Yes. Then in the night now we would just sleep there. But the beauty of being in that particular environment, those of you that know Abuja, there's somewhere called Glow Office in Abuja. It's a popular, it's in the heart of town. So in the night, all the big boys driving the kind of cars I like that I can buy now, that is where they come. So I've always had something for visualization. Almost everything about my life, I have seen it before I have it. That's right. I always see the things I want before God brings it to me. So in the evening, we'll just be strolling there, me and my friend, we'll just be visualizing. I've just enjoyed the environment because that was the environment I really wanted to be. Right. So that was how the boss there said, do you know how to type? I said, yes. And that was how he employed me and he was paying me small. And that was how my life moved from that particular place. And till today, I didn't go back to that room I left. Never. You understand? So it was as a result of me setting myself up for success. So that very night is like one of those nights that I changed my life. This is you understand? Amazing. So I decided to make myself uncomfortable. Right. I decided to put myself out there. I said, if I fail, I fail. That's right. You understand? Right. So all my life, I've always put myself in a situation where I take the highest form of risk. You understand? I take some form of personal risk even with my own life, and I said, it's either I win or I win. So me leaving that house that day to Wuse 2 was like me just taking one of the biggest risks of my life, because I didn't have anything I was going to do there. But you know, everything in life conspires to either work for you or against you.
Very true.
Everything in life conspires. Once you make up your mind. I always have a saying. I said, once you're ready, God is always ready, and God is always on the other side of the bridge, stretching His hand and saying, "Move."
That's right.
So if you move, you put your hand in His hand and He drags you. But if you don't trust Him to put that first leg, and if you don't trust Him, you just stay where you are. But sometimes you don't know what is on the other side until you take a step.
That's right. Guys, if you're out there, if you are being inspired and motivated like I am being inspired right now, hit that love button and let's show some love for the Bitcoin Chief, for this inspiration and motivation he has given us today. This is amazing what you were able to do. And truthfully, I have learned a lot from you already about how you set priorities in your life and where you should look forward to, so that you get what you deserve. Because you can only get it if you visualize it. If you don't visualize it, it never come true. Because
if you can't see it, you can't have it. Yeah, if you can't see it, you can't have it. Like I have, like from the age of 18, I already have in my head the kind of environment I want to live.
Right.
So that very Arab Road I used to go visualize.
Yes.
I rented a house there in 2016. That was where I married my wife to. And we're living there, and I had this picture of living in a house painted white with shiny lights. Right. So that 2016, I had to do all those things. I made good paint inside the house, but I was telling my wife, I said, I want to feel fulfilled the way I saw this thing 5 years ago, the way I saw it some years ago. I want to really feel fulfilled. So I brought the highest original paints and told them paint it all white. Even the light, I was telling the landlord, I said, I have to change this light. I said there is something. So my wife was saying that why do I want to put the floodlights in the house? I said this is actually how I visualize it. So that is one thing. If you don't visualize it. But some people visualize the wrong thing. Exactly. Some people visualize fear. Some people visualize fear. They visualize things are going to go wrong. They visualize so many negative things. But it's all about your choice at any particular time. It is all about what you decide to see.
Thank you so much, Bitcoin Chief. I really appreciate this.
Yeah.
In life, we all have obstacles and challenges that we have to face at the course of our getting out there, struggling, doing better for ourselves, and growing. Can you please highlight a couple of the challenges that you went through, and how were you able to deal with your challenges?
Okay, so first of all, one of the challenges I've had to go through in life has always been, first of all, people that were supposed to believe in me doubting me. But it's always been a good one too. Like when I was saying I'm going to work in National Assembly, there was one day I asked my other brother, I said, please help me with 100 naira to pay my boss to the National Assembly gate and trek inside and submit my proposals. And he told me, and he said, what do you want to go and do? I said, I am trying to see how I can secure a contract there or work there. He said, I beg, they forget that thing. People will get BSc, masters, or they know work for National Assembly. Now you will not get anything. And I took it as a challenge. So 2 years later, when I started working there, he himself, in fact, he was talking to a family friend later, and he said, this boy has always been. Then another problem again I've always had again, which is a problem of business, is having the right people. It's having, because I believe my motto in life has always been together we achieve more.
Right.
So I believe in the word leverage. So I leverage, but I do my own leverage in a positive way.
Right.
I don't use people. I believe in let's work together and let's all live good
Grow up
and
together.
enjoy and let's all do well. So sometimes in business, the challenge is having the people who believe, like I do, having the people who think long term. Yeah. So those have been the challenges. And like every other Nigerian, we have some challenges that we were born into. So those
Exactly.
challenges are always there. Those challenges are peculiar with almost everyone.
Thank you so much for explaining this to us.
Yeah.
So, what in your current life makes you feel the most fulfilled, and why?
Okay, I think the one of the things that really makes me fulfilled, fine, my children makes me fulfilled, but I don't think that is even where the real
Fulfillment.
thing that makes me fulfilled,
Right.
the real thing that when I think really makes me fulfilled is that whenever I need money,
Okay. If we're having a problem with network, I'll end this.